Who was the first Plantagenet king of England? Henry II. Which Plantagenet king was known as Longshanks? Edward I. Which king was forced to sign the Magna Carta in 1215? King John. What was the name of Henry II's famous queen? Eleanor of Aquitaine. Which Plantagenet king died at the Battle of Bosworth Field? Richard III. Which Plantagenet house opposed the Lancasters in the Wars of the Roses? The House of York. Which Plantagenet king won the Battle of Agincourt? Henry V. What were the two opposing Plantagenet houses named in the Wars of the Roses? Lancaster and York. What color roses were used to represent the opposing houses in the Wars of the Roses? Red and white. Who did Edward IV marry? Elizabeth Woodville. Where were the two sons of Edward IV last seen alive? The Tower of London. Who was the eldest son of Edward III, known as the Black Prince? Edward of Woodstock. Which Plantagenet king ruled during the Peasants' Revolt of 1381? Richard II. Which king succeeded Henry III? Edward I. What war did the Plantagenets fight with the House of Valois over the French crown? The 100 Years' War. Which Plantagenet king was deposed by Henry Bolingbroke, later Henry IV? Richard II. Who was the kingmaker in the Wars of the Roses? Richard Neville, Earl of Warwick. He helped make and break kings during the war. Who was the first Plantagenet involved in the Wars of the Roses? Richard, Duke of York. He wanted to take the throne from then-king Henry VI as he believed him incompetent. How did his son Edward IV become king? He won battles against Henry VI and took the crown for the York family. What did Richard III do to his two nephews and heirs to the throne? He locked his two young nephews in the Tower of London and they were never seen again. How did the Plantagenet dynasty end? Richard III died in battle in 1485 and Henry Tudor became king. George, Duke of Clarence, was executed for treason by his brother Edward IV, but how? Legend says he was drowned in a barrel of his favorite wine.